Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel, and here we go again. It is Transfer Update, episode 15. Can almost do one of these every 24 hours now. Transfer window really speeding up as we head towards Saturday, and really the season starts on Saturday with the cup games, despite the league campaign not starting. So everybody trying to get deals done ahead of that. It's still going to go for another month, but we're certainly getting a peak. Now, as ever in these videos, I will be talking about done deals. I need to see the player holding the shirt. No rumour stuff here. And as ever, if I quote a transfer fee, it will be from Transfer Marked. Just so we've got consistency of one source. If you believe you know the fee to be different, then do let me know in the comments, but please tell me your source so I can check it out. We've got a big one. We had Eze go earlier in the week. These jewels in the crowns of certain teams that we'd identified are now heading out, aren't they? And Matty Cash was one of them. In very general terms, if you do not have parachute payments in the Championship and you want to do business and you don't want to break FFP and you want to improve, you have to sell your best players. You just do. It is what it is. You have to develop, sell, retool, rinse, repeat, etc. And cash is going out to Aston Villa. We think 14 million with add-ons, I guess appearance things and England call-ups and things of that nature. 23-year-old made 120 appearances for Forest initially as a right-sided attacker, more recently a right-back. So this is a bit of a triumph for Sabri Lamouchi, really, because I, like everybody, looked at that Forest squad last season. I remember even Carl Jenkinson coming in. I thought, oh, he'll be the right-back now. But Matty Cash moved from the right wing into the right back position, and it was just the perfect deal for that player and that manager. Anyone who saw Forest knows that they worked well with a very stiff team shape that involved two screening midfielders in front of the defence, and really often the main attacking thrust were the fullbacks being allowed to get forward whilst that midfield stood firm. So in terms of Cash, it was perfect for him because he did his defensive work very well and learned that part of the game. And then, of course, as a winger and as a young guy, a 23-year-old, he had the energy and the skills to then get forward. And he had a really, really good season. And I think Forest fans, even though they're losing a good player there, that's a great bit of work to have a player who, well, maybe he's not going to get ahead of Joe Lolly up the front there. But why not put him back behind him, convert into one of the best players, huge profit, sale, retool your team and go again. And hopefully they can make the playoffs this year and not have that type of collapse. There's his stats from last year. Looks so consistent. 40 starts, 2 subs there, 3 goals, 5 assists. So that's what you want from a new, modern, progressive fullback. If you are Dean Smith and Aston Villa, sorry, I've just got Cash and Carl Jenkinson there sharing the positions there as well. Sorry, as I was going to say, if you're Dean Smith and Aston Villa, what I described that Lamouchi did with Cash, you're not going to do, because Dean Smith's not pragmatic. In the Championship, obviously I didn't watch too much of Aston Villa in the Premier League, but it was very much 4-1, 4-1, passing with the fullbacks moving forward, you know, as part of the kind of ball progression, rather than a Lamouchi where it's stiff and the fullback needs to get forward to actually support an attack. A more play out from the back type style. So he should be okay with it. It's going to be a bit more open, and it's the Premier League. So there's 2 things for Cash to cope with next season if he is the starting fullback at Villa. One is that he's playing against better players, and 2, less protection in the system as well. So those would be the 2 things you'd be worried about. Good luck to him. Good story. If you look at Villa right back usage this season, you can see Guibert there, El Mohammadi at 32, Konza out of Brentford. He's a centre half, really, not a full back. I know he finished the season there. So Let's see what Dean Smith does with Matty Cash. But another big sale out of the Championship. And from my point of view as a Championship vlogger, big money coming into the Championship hopefully means more deals, more new faces. And Forest can do some business now, like I said, to push themselves further, because their business so far, Blackett and Luke Freeman and I think Bashiru, the midfield, it's all been fairly well cheap. Maybe they can go in, Lard Taylor as well. Maybe they can go in with a fee for somebody now. Sorry, I always do a selling club, buying club player. I think it's a thumbs up all round in that respect. Hopefully, Forest aren't losing too much out there. Josh Windass rejoins Sheffield Wednesday there. And I think for around $500,000, which interested me in respects of someone like Jamal Lowe going out of Wigan as a strong first teamer for $800,000. That seems, I know Wigan have been pillaged recently, a reasonable sale price for them to get, because Windass hasn't quite yet proven himself at Championship level. He's been up at Glasgow Rangers and came down to Wigan, but obviously the fact that he was loaned out means he hasn't quite settled anywhere. The attacking midfielder returns. Notice that interested they call him an attacking midfielder because he has played up front a fair bit. But the point they're making is he was there on loan last season. Now, I should have checked this out. I assume all of those numbers are for Sheffield Wednesday, but someone can fact check me on that one. But let's just say 25 appearances in total there in the Championship. No, that is probably for both clubs, isn't it? 7 goals across there, and you can see a mixture of positions, but mainly a number 10 or a striker. Remember, Sheffield Wednesday, Stephen Fletcher has gone out. Izzy Brown has come in as a number 10. I'm being told we're expecting a 3-5-2 with a number 10 and 2 strikers. So you'd expect Windass could be support in the number 10 position, maybe for Brown, or he's just going to play up top. Wigan, as ever, we just have to say oh God, look at that. Moore, Robinson, Gelhart, Lowe, Windass now, Weir, Balogun, McLeod, Dunkley, Gioli, Williams, Lang, Marshall, Fox, Roberts, Pilkington, Jacobs, Obi, all out from last year's squad. Incredible stuff. So I'm a little bit thumbs in the middle on this one. I think that's a reasonable price for Wigan. I'll say that. Windass hasn't yet proved himself in the Championship. So let's hope, if you're a Sheffield Wednesday fan, that he proves me wrong in that respect. Is he an upgrade on Stephen Fletcher or a downgrade? I'll let you answer that in the comments. Certainly he's got a few more years ahead of him. Let me know your thoughts on Windass there. I'm reasonably mixed, but Gary Monk and now James Beattie working with him have had a very good record with people like Che Adams and Chris Wood at developing strikers and turning them into goal scorers. So there would be that. I'm on the fence. Let's just say. Lots of people say I'm on the fence all the time, but there we go. Wednesday have also signed Elias Kachunga. The DR Congo international becomes the 4th signing of the transfer window. Should have mentioned on the last one that Che Dunkley had also come in from Wigan to Wednesday. Early career in Germany with Mönchengladbach, Paderborn, before coming to England. And you can see there some sense that he's dined out a little bit on an excellent loan to Huddersfield, where he scored 12 goals there. Huddersfield were promoted in that season in quite surprising fashion under David Wagner. Made the step up to the Premier League. You can see there 19 starts, 1 goal. Then the following season, 20 starts, 0 goals. So is he going to be one of those sweet spot, not quite a Premier League player, but okay in the Championship? Well, I don't know, because if you look at last season, Huddersfield obviously struggled initially under Jan Siewert, and then the Cowleys eventually got them clear of relegation. 36 games, 3 goals there for Kachunga. Was used, however, there's a caveat to this, a lot down the right-hand side, if you look there. Attacking midfielder 20 times down the right-hand side. So maybe we give him a pass there, but again, like Josh Windass, and if you're a Wednesday fan, don't get cross at me. I'm not saying they'll fail, but something to prove there, I think, because that one big season they'd want to replicate. But I'll repeat what I said. Gary Monk and James Beattie have a proven record of developing strikers and getting the ball to them, getting them on the pitch for lots of games and allowing them to score goals. So we'll see what happens there. Jordan Rhodes is still on the books there as well at Wednesday, but I mean, they've been trying to get him and his wages particularly off the books for a long while. So I don't know. You may even see a Kachunga and Windass front two with Izzy Brown behind him. Let me know what you think in the comments on that one. Obviously, from a Huddersfield point of view, Carlos Carbaron new in there. Not interested in working with Kachunga, wanting to do his own thing there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on that one. I'm not down on those signings for Wednesday, but just let me know how you think that's going to work for them next season. Remember, minus 12 points as well. They have to be a mid-table team just to avoid relegation next season. Blackburn Rovers, Conor McBride in there from Celtic. I guess you can see that they've filed that under development squad. Means that that's a project, but you never know who's ahead of him there. Ben Brereton, Sam Gallagher, Danny Graham. Has he finally gone now? I'm pretty sure he has, hasn't he? In at Rotherham, it's an interesting one actually. Victor Johansson, following the expiration of his contract at Leicester, becomes Paul Warne's sixth summer signing. Now, the interesting thing here, and as an Ipswich fan, we've ranted about this a lot. We had two goalkeepers vying for the first position last year in Will Norris and Thomas Holly. So Paul Warne has also taken Jamal Blackman on loan. They've mentioned Lewis Price there. It was Daniel Iverson last season on loan, interestingly, from Leicester. So they've gone back to that same well. So what I'd be interested in, first of all, if you're a Rotherham fan, who are you actually expecting to play? And secondly, as a general fan of any team, let me know in the comments your thoughts on two goalkeepers vying for position. I personally think it's a good thing as long as you decide on one and they get the shirt, whereas we had this debacle at Ipswich of back and forward, a few games for one and a few games for the other, which didn't really work. So let me know. Will it be Blackman or will it be Victor Johansson there? Who knows? I'm sure Paul Warne has a vague idea, and Blackman's got a bit of a head start in terms of having trained already, and we're only a few games away from day one. So there it is, Victor Johansson in at Rotherham. 3 signings in at Wycombe yesterday. You can see there Tafazoli, Horgan and Curtis Anderson. So Horgan is a left winger, and they're very honest about this. Previously catching the eye with Preston in a 5-1 win at Adams Park in January 2018. So very honest. I call it Richard Wright syndrome. I once saw Richard Wright have an absolute blinder away at Arsenal at Highbury, and then Arsene Wenger went and signed him. Sometimes that's the best scouting you can get. The manager stood on the touchline and someone has a very good game against another team. Daryl is someone we kept an eye on ever since he put in that outstanding performance against us, and we believe he's ideally suited to the way we play. Quick, direct, loves to run at defence. He's done my work for me there, Gareth Ainsworth, hasn't he? We're expecting, and we'll see with one of the other signings here, Wycombe, given their club size and relative financial imbalance, not in their favour in the Championship, they're going to make life hard for other teams, and they're going to do it, I think, with pace and size and directness. So you'd expect Horgan to go in down that left-hand side where Joe Jacobson was operating as the fullback last season. So trying to add quality down there. Here's Ryan Tafazoli, who is absolutely massive. 6'5". He was at Hull last year. Was it Tafazoli that scored the goal where David Raya miskicked it, where he was basically a bad through ball? But fact check me on that one in the comments there. We've come up against Ryan many times down the list. Danny is a strong, commanding presence in any defence and also a real threat from set plays. So look, Wycombe, you'll remember signing a huge centre forward from was it from Hearts earlier in the window. Quick winger, other size added as well. You can see exactly what they're going to try and do here. Former Peterborough and Hull defender Tafazoli joining in there at 6'5". All makes perfect sense, doesn't it? And this is Curtis Anderson, a 19-year-old goalkeeper there. I believe Ryan Alsop has the shirt there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is 19-year-old Curtis Anderson, Manchester City youngster. So maybe they'll develop him into a goalkeeper, and he'll battle for the shirt there and go into. Normally you get a team of 3 goalkeepers, don't you? A first choice, an experienced reserve, and a youngster. So maybe he's fulfilling that youngster. You never know. He may find his way into the team. In terms of our dearly departed here, we're dealing with Fulham, Leeds and West Brom from the Championship last year. I thought this was worth a mention. New contract for Scott Parker, 3-year deal for him. And I just feel most of us questioned Scott Parker last season. We said, is he the new Darren Moore being given a parachute team and he's not quite doing it? Well, I think we now all need to give him some credit for the promotion and for this new deal. So I am doing just that right now. 3-year deal for Parker. Good luck to him. It's going to be a tricky season in the Premier League there, but he's certainly earned his chance with that promotion. Not convincing for a lot of last year. Did have the Mitrovic factor, but good luck to him. Sounds like I'm still doubting him, doesn't it? Maybe I am a little bit, but it certainly has earned that new 3-year deal. As of right now at 11:56 on Thursday, this deal hasn't gone through yet. So if it has, by the time you're watching it, it'll feature in the next video. But I think they might just be quibbling over the numbers here. But West Ham seem happy to sell Grady Diangana, who was fantastic for West Brom last season across there. But I can't say at the top of the video, no rumours here, and then throw a rumour in. So we're expecting that to go through. That's John Percy from the Telegraph there. As I say, it is 11:57. We do get a lot of whataboutery in the comments on these videos. So, look, if I have missed your player out and the transfer's gone through, hopefully I haven't, then I'm very, very sorry. Please don't get cross with me. Just politely remind me in the comments. Or it might not have happened yet. Yeah, I'm recording it around midday on Thursday. So lots of people want to hear about their players, which is great because they want to hear what I've got to say. However, if it hasn't happened, I can't talk about it yet. So we're doing these almost daily now. I'll try and keep up, although things do tend to go a bit quieter over the weekend. And certainly the idea of deals being sped up a little bit just to get players in the Championship, particularly for those League Cup games. I guess the deadline will be lunchtime tomorrow. So maybe we'll do another one and then it should quieten down over the weekend and we'll be back with another transfer update video Monday or Tuesday. As ever, get your thoughts in on any of those deals. Buying club, is it good for the buying club? What do you think of the fee? Selling club, good deal, bad deal? And let me know any insight on the players if you have seen them. Again, if you feel you know about the fees more than what Transfermarkt have said, let me know. But do quote your source. You can support this channel. Please interact, as I've just said, in the comments. But do like this video and subscribe to the channel. 11,827 subscribers here. We're pushing for 12,000. Help me out there. Also, join our Fantasy League. That's going to be a lot of fun. T5QBR0 is the code. Look, I'm going to have a go, but I think we've got some serious players in there this season, and there will be a video supporting that every Thursday with my transfers and whoever's winning. So going to be a lot of fun during the season. You can watch these shows on your podcast feed. Just type in the Benjamin Bloom Football Show if you don't want to see my ugly mug or my ugly shirts or my hair, which seem to trigger a lot of people. You can listen on the podcast and you don't have to see any of them. There we go. You can support financially. Why would you do that? I have to say this every time. I lost my job because of COVID. I'm giving this a real go. As I said, we've got 12,000 subscribers, or pushing 12,000 subscribers, which is wonderful and glorious. But that number would have to double or triple for me to survive on the ad revenue of the video. So I do need some help. So with that being said, you can help me out. On my shop front on Amazon, we've made some lists of products I use and I like. If you go and buy one of them, you get the product and a little kickback to me. That is amazon.co.uk/shop/ the Benjamin Bloom football channel. You can subscribe on Patreon and support me directly for $3 a month. That's just basically a donation to say you're watching and good luck, Ben. And I'm a fellow football fan and I want you to do it. And I would say thank you. For $5 per month, you get my weekly Patreon only exclusive content, which is a vlog or a Q&A. And you can see an extra tier there. We are doing fan sponsorship now. So if you feel you really want to support and you've got a bit of extra cash to do so, you can sponsor a series on the channel. There are 8 up for grabs and 2 of them have already gone. So if you want one of the other 6 there, if you are affiliated to or run a small business as well, you can have your logo and a shout out every video as a main channel sponsor. Also, and we reached nearly 500,000 views over the last 3 months. So well worth doing there, and it would help me out massively there. Benjamin Bloom Music, 2Ms at gmail.com if you want to do that. Anyway, enough pluggery from me. That was Transfer Update episode 15. Get your comments in on any of those deals. I will see you on the next video. Over and out.